Crown Prince Haakon of Norway speaks out about the king's health in Bergen. Confirmed, Prince Ludwig and Princess Sophie Alexandra of Bavaria are expecting their first child in late summer. Queen Mathilde of the Belgians visits the Ivory Coast. And Queen Letizia of Spain attends a celebratory event in Sevilla. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. In Sevilla, Her Majesty Queen Letizia of Spain presided over an official event on the occasion of Día Mundial de las Enfermedades Raras 2024 and the 25th anniversary of the Federación Española de Enfermedades Raras, held at Palacio de Congresos y Exposiciones de Sevilla. The event, organized by the FEDER, was held under the theme, "In Rare Diseases, Is Prevention Better Than a Cure?" During today's event, the Queen presented the Premios FEDER 25th Aniversario to 5 individuals representing various organizations in recognition of their commitment to raising awareness about rare diseases. Thereafter, the Queen, who has been patron of the FEDER for 15 years, gave a speech stating, quote, "It has become clear to us that recognizing the specialty in clinical genetics is central to promoting precision medicine and personalized medicine. And it has also become clear to us that prevention goes far beyond primary prevention. It also has to do with prevention linked to research. To early diagnosis and equal access to pharmacological treatments and other different therapies, because only if we can identify the causes of the disease can we prevent it. 25 years of tireless work by FEDER and also by all the associations that are part of this federation, all rowing in the same direction to obtain the maximum possible support in all areas. The medical, the scientific, the economic, the social, and I know that you are all aware of what you have advanced, what you have already achieved. I don't know if you can look at how things were in 1999. So that is why we are here, to remember the origin of a 25-year history of success. And above all, we are here to recognize all the people who suffer from a rare disease and the families who accompany you on your path. Your strength, your generosity, your patience, and your intelligence, and also to recognize the capacity that you demonstrate every day to continue taking care of your sons, daughters, father, mother, brothers, sisters, continue caring, to continue claiming your rights, and to also remind us that we have that path that I was talking about. We must all do it together. Thank you very much. And in 25 years, Luis, when we celebrate the 50th anniversary of FEDER, I will be 76 years old, and I hope, hopefully, that you will also count on me." End quote. In Madrid, His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain held an audience with a delegation from the World Jurist Association at Palacio de la Zarzuela. According to the Royal Court of Spain, the delegation is in Spain to honor the former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States of America, Mr. Anthony Kennedy. During a 3-day event in Madrid, Associate Justice Kennedy was awarded the Medal of Honor, which is bestowed upon selected individuals or institutions by the World Jurist Association for their commitment to promoting peace through law and the rule of law as a guarantor of freedom. In Geleen, Her Majesty Queen Maxima of the Netherlands visited the Gemmelot Industrial Park and Brightlands Gemmelot campus. According to RVD, the visit focused on, quote, "making raw materials and production processes in the chemical sector more sustainable." The visit ties in with a series of visits by the Queen in the field of sustainability and circularity. End quote. On Tuesday in Luxembourg City, His Royal Highness Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg and His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg attended a luncheon meeting at the Palais Grand Ducal with the Director of the European Stability Mechanism, ESM, Mr. Pierre Gramegna. In the afternoon, the Grand Duke, accompanied by the Minister of Sports, Mr. Georges Michaud, visited the High Performance Training and Recovery Center in Kirchberg. In Munich, the House of Wittelsbach confirmed that their Royal Highnesses, Prince Ludwig and Princess Sophie Alexandra of Bavaria, are expecting their first child in late summer. According to the German newspaper Augsburger Allgemeine, Princess Sophie Alexandra, quote, casually announced the good news during a lecture on the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in Landsberg am Lech last Thursday, end quote. Ms. Carmen Schramke, the spokeswoman for the House of Wittelsbach, also confirmed that further information will be provided after the baby is born. Last May, Prince Ludwig and Princess Sophie Alexandra were married at the beautiful Theantine Church in Munich. Over 700 guests from around the world attended the historic wedding, including many royals from non-reigning houses and German politicians, including the minister-president of the Free State of Bavaria. Wonderful news. Congratulations to the prince and princess. Yay! On Sunday, Her Majesty, Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, in her capacity as an advocate of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals with an emphasis on mental health, began her 3-day visit to the Ivory Coast. According to a press release from the United Nations, the SDGs, also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and to ensure that by 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. The purpose of the Queen's visit to the Ivory Coast is to promote the SDGs and to discuss with Ivorian stakeholders their implementation at the national level, sustainable development policies carried out on site, priority areas of action, concrete achievements, and challenges. Upon her arrival at the Abidjan airport, the Queen was warmly welcomed by the Minister of Planning and Development and the President of the Board of Governors of the African Development Bank, Ms. Kaba Niali. On Monday morning, the Queen and her delegation held a meeting with local UN agencies in which the discussions focused on the, quote, challenges in the field of sustainable development, end quote. In the mid-morning, the Queen held a meeting with the President of the Ivory Coast. Thereafter, the Queen, accompanied by Minister Niali and the First Lady of the Ivory Coast, visited the Bingerville Mother-Child Hospital. The day ended with the Queen participating in a roundtable discussion at the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Cocody University. And I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that, but hey, that's okay. It's Tuesday. This morning, the Queen visited the Memi Fatai School in the Yopougon district. In the afternoon, the Queen visited the coastal town of Lahu Kepanda. According to the Belgian Royal Court, due to climate change, quote, the rising sea levels are having an impact on the local fishing communities. Every year, 1 to 2 meters of coastline is eaten away by the ocean, end quote. In Stockholm, His Majesty, King Carl Gustaf of Sweden, held a farewell audience with the ambassador of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Darshana Mahindra Pereira, at the Royal Palace. His Royal Highness, Crown Prince Haakon of Norway, as regent, spent the morning in the city of Bergen. The day began with a visit to the Bergen Public Library to view the program entitled The Hunt for the Truth. According to the Royal Court of Norway, the Crown Prince, along with several students from the Amalie Skram Upper Secondary School, quote, solved tasks that focused on source criticism, algorithms, and AI. The Hunt for the Truth is a teaching program that anyone visiting the library can use. The program was developed in collaboration between the library and TENK, the school library of Fantastique NO, which aims to build solid competence in source awareness and critical media use among children and young people. This involves the development of teaching resources from both primary and secondary schools. The exhibition, The Search for the Truth, deals with topics such as artificial intelligence and algorithms, and gives young people tools to uncover actors with different agendas. End quote. In the afternoon, the Crown Prince visited the Amale Skram Upper Secondary School to meet with students and teachers. While at the school, the Crown Prince ate cafeteria food with the students, visited an ICT class to learn about their work with artificial intelligence and source criticism, popped into the school's student-run coffee bar, and engaged in conversations with exchange students. During today's visit to Bergen, the Crown Prince spoke with the media about the king's health. Quote, "It is very nice to have the king home. He is still resting and needs time to get better. It is probably necessary for him to stay in the hospital for a while longer." End quote. When asked about the national and international reactions to the king going on holiday to Malaysia, the Crown Prince said, quote, "I don't think I should go into it that much. It is an assessment that he and the doctor have made, and which I think is a decision that they must be allowed to make. At the same time, there are things about this that we will also go through and look at. Did we do things as we should in terms of information? And we also think it's good to do an internal evaluation." End quote. The Crown Prince went on to say that the king is aware of the international attention. Quote, "He notices that there is attention around it, of course. Many people care for the king, and it is, of course, nice to feel that support and care." End quote. Halfway across the world, His Majesty Sultan Hassan al Bolkiah Brunei participated in the ASEAN Australia Special Summit to commemorate the 50th anniversary of ASEAN-Australia dialogue relations in Melbourne, Australia. On the sidelines of the summit, the Sultan, accompanied by His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Mateen Brunei, participated in a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Anthony Albanese, MP. And finally, in Abu Dhabi, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the ruler of Abu Dhabi, held a meeting with His Highness Sheikh Mishael Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, the Emir of the State of Kuwait, at Al Wantan Palace. During the meeting, the two sheikhs discussed various aspects of the relationship between the State of Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates, focusing particularly on the economic, trade, investment, and developmental sectors. The two sheikhs noted that, quote, "Collaboration across these areas has seen significant growth in recent years in line with the sustainable development goals of both countries and their aspirations for ongoing progress." The two leaders explored the importance of fostering collaboration across the Gulf in response to the challenges confronting both in the region and the wider world. Their discussion centered on pursuing the shared objectives of the Gulf Cooperation Council nations and their peoples, focusing on bolstering regional security and stability. Their Highnesses highlighted that the State of Kuwait and the UAE stand as key supporters of these collective efforts, affirming their dedication to reinforcing this cooperative framework for the benefit of all GCC communities. End quote. And then they had lunch. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow on Wednesday, March 6th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you a wonderful afternoon and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, again, have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.